Welcome to Who Put This On, Season 2, Episode 29, where we watch Dancing with the Stars, Season 25, Episode 5, and I'm Chris Lorenz. Sitting to my left is...
Harrison Hoffman.
Sitting to my right.
Somebody's fucking bored.
Sitting to his right.
Robert Kitts.
Sitting to his right.
James.
Well, yeah, the show's garbage.
Wow, we're not
Max's name didn't give it away.
It's pretty garbage.
Do you want me to read the description?
Read the
Yeah,
description.
Okay. Enjoy even more sizzling salsas, sambas, and spray tans as a brand new cast vies for the coveted Mirror Ball trophy on Dancing with the Stars. Returning for Season 25. Tom Bergeron and Erin Andrews are back to guide us through this exciting new season along with your favorite judges. Of course, it's still all about the fans who ultimately help determine which teams make the cut each week with their votes during the biggest dance party on the planet. Dancing with the Stars on ABC.
So bad.
I want to challenge the biggest dancing party on the planet right off the bat.
James read my mind.
I've been to some big dance parties, and this is a TV
there was
show.
a total of like 8 minutes of dancing over like 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm just...
How many couples were there?
11.
So there's 11
I'm going to
minutes.
say it's 11 minutes.
11 minutes of dancing. Each of them danced once
We watched
for 1 minute.
90 minutes of TV, and we got 11 minutes of dancing.
So much filler.
Yeah, we watched without commercials. Heaven forbid if you watch the show with
my
commercials.
God.
Like, I can't even imagine.
It's nuts.
The problem is you can only teach these quote-unquote stars so much choreography every week, so you have to pad it out. I guess they could make it not 2 hours if they wanted to, but they got to make that ad money, so you got to do what you got to do.
Bad. I mean, they spent so much money on those videos, and they must have paid a fuck ton of money for that cameraman. He was fucking amazing.
great.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's
Great
like-
camera work.
Great work.
Like, give him the Emmy.
They
Like,
probably got some good equipment though. Like, it was good. He did a good job, or like he or she. But it's
I
probably
mean,
like
they
a nice
even
crane.
did like a recap of one of them at some point when somebody said there was something wrong, and I was like, oh man, like if this is a quote unquote live show, that's pretty quick.
When Erin Andrews shows up, she demands instant replay.
I think
No comments. That was crickets. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
well, no,
Definitely crickets.
nobody gets football humor. Okay.
What I was gonna
Moving
say
on.
is like I think the casting of the hosts and the interviewer, who is Erin Andrews, pretty good.
Whoa. Tom Bergeron, good host.
He
He was passable. He was passable.
At what?
At hosting, I guess.
Hosting what? What value did he add to the show?
He was like, all right, let's get on to the next people, and he gave some people some hugs.
He was the person that moved the show along,
Yeah.
albeit as slowly as possible.
Right. He was.
He is unnecessary in this show.
Okay, so James, imagine that you are dead.
What?
Whoa.
But like it's
shit.
just
I have no idea what. I don't know how does one imagine that they're dead?
Was that
Because
a
you're
threat?
dead? You can't imagine. Yeah.
Imagine that you're dead.
imagine.
I think Rob's right here. This
Imagine
is
that
like-
you are dead. You'll
I
know what the
still don't
fuck.
know
You
what
don't know
that
what the
means.
fuck to do.
Yeah,
You
I
don't know
still
what the
don't
fuck
know
to-
what to think.
Death shows up.
What does that
Grim
mean?
Reaper shows up,
What are you talking about?
and he's like, "Yo, come with me. I'm gonna shepherd you towards the next thing."
what?
And then you're like, "Oh, okay. I guess it's better than the status quo." And that's where I feel like Tom Burgermeister.
All right.
doing.
We gotta move away from this, Max.
Whoa.
We're moving away. So
Reel us in.
the show is the celebrity dances. They have Tom Bergeron talk to the judges, and then
AKA the Grim fucking
The Grim Reaper, Tom Bergeron.
they
Okay.
go back with what's her face,
Erin Andrews.
with Erin, and they talk about and they get the judges' scores, and there's a commercial break, and they do that fucking 10 more
10 times. There's
10 times.
Did,
10
did you
Unbelievable.
Did you mention the sob stories?
Oh no,
Because that is like 90% of the show.
True.
This show can't be like this every week.
It's-
I was like,
it
this
can't
is a
be.
real
It is
downer.
this way. I mean, it's probably not a downer every week, but this is the format of the show.
Jesus, this show was a hell of a
The
downer.
theme of the week was your most memorable year.
Which doesn't sound like it would be that bad.
But
Yeah, you start
for
this out with-
everyone, it's very sad stories.
Like horrifically sad.
It starts
stories.
out with like Frankie Muniz and being like kind of a sad story where his memory's all shot. But it was like,
Frankie
yeah, we live
Muniz
in the
thing-
moment.
I can't
and-
believe I haven't heard about this Frankie Muniz situation at all.
Was this like breaking news? Did like
Yes.
Dancing with the Stars like drop a bomb on the Frankie Muniz fans of the world?
This kind of
I don't
blew up
know.
like this week. I
It
saw
blew
this
up this
earlier.
week.
Did it
Yeah.
really? Because my knowledge of Frankie Muniz is Malcolm in the Middle, and then sitting here watching this episode right now. And in the middle of this episode, I found out that he was some kind of professional race car driver.
9 years.
Has gotten double digits number of concussions, I guess, from driving the race cars, and now has horrible memory problems. It's very sad.
Frankie really dropped that concussion thing and then just moved on way too fast.
Yeah, he was kind of like he's kind of like, yeah, I've got 16 concussions. Maybe that's the reason why I can't remember anything. And then we just kind of moved on.
Well,
It's
he's
very
also
weird.
like doing professional music of some sort.
He's a drummer in some kind of rock band.
I did like that they got Bryan Cranston out to like do a little plug for Frankie Muniz.
I feel like if Frankie Muniz calls up Bryan Cranston, he's just there. Like it doesn't even matter what it is.
Right, he's his fake real dad.
But,
For
but
sure.
Bryan Cranston's surpassed Frankie Muniz in the.
Oh yeah.
I did like that Bryan Cranston was credited as Frankie Muniz co-star.
Oh yeah,
Dude, like he is a great actor. Like Frankie Muniz, who the fuck knows how good of an actor he is? He was a child
Right.
last time he acted.
has he not really been in stuff since Malcolm in the Middle?
I don't think
He was
so.
racing cars.
I'll pull up the
Man.
IMDb. Hold on.
At some point, he said that he was happy with his decision to race cars and play the drums instead of act, which I don't know.
It sounds like he's just bad at acting, and that wouldn't have worked out well for him.
I don't know. He was pretty good in Malcolm in the Middle. I felt like he was
but
pretty good.
I mean,
child
Does
actor
child
doesn't always
actors-
transition.
like translate to like
Frankie Muniz literally looks the same now as he did then. Like he looks the exact same.
He looks like a grown.
He
grow
look
larger.
He looks like Malcolm in like the last season, but with stubble.
Oh, he does have that stubble.
Got a little
Yeah.
bit of stubble.
All right, Frankie Muniz IMDb update. He's basically in one random thing every year. So, for example, in 2016, he was in an episode of Preacher.
Great.
Preacher.
He was also in Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, in 2015.
Wow.
So he's still doing
clearly they
something.
have the best actors in Sharknado movies.
Sharknado 3.
I'm
yeah.
surprised they scored Frankie Muniz for that. It's a big get.
It's a pretty big get.
Which is the bigger
You
get?
guys keep inflating this, being like, "It's a big." What do you mean? What
It
else
was
is
a
on
jo-
his resume
it was a
besides
joke.
one show?
which is the bigger get? Sharknado 3 gets
Can't-
Frankie Muniz, or Dancing with the Stars gets Frankie Muniz?
Oh. I feel like Frankie Muniz is perfect for this show. Like he's a pretty likable guy. People remember him from stuff.
He'll go pretty
People
far.
haven't
I think.
heard from him for a while. I think he's doing pretty well.
He's got a
People
lot of-
remember him, but he doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
he
It is
doesn't remember
unfortunate.
people.
The only thing I want to say about the Muniz dancing is they had some crazy CGI effects that no one else had, which made us think that like it was not live, but everything else made it seem like it was live.
It
I
was
think-
weird.
I think it was live because Tom Bergeron made a point of saying that they put up the wrestling thing during a commercial break.
I mean, they're definitely making it seem like it's live.
Yeah.
They're definitely filming for longer than I think that they're showing on TV.
I don't know, dude. I think it might be live.
But like most of the show is the sob stories, which are not live. So like, but I think the actual part in the dance.
well, the
studio is live.
the minute
Yeah,
of
yeah,
dancing
yeah.
is definitely them live doing it.
Yeah, the minute of dancing.
For sure. They're just I mean, I think that they run it in real time in the studio because like what it seems like is and what they say in the show is that the stars, not the dancers, see the video for the first time, like right when they're about to walk out and do the dance, and like you can see when like the shot shifts from the video to the star that they're like everyone's basically crying because they just watched this video for the first time and now they have to do this insane dance. It's crazy.
Okay, yeah. Now that you mentioned that, I think that did happen a couple times.
Yeah. It's nuts.
I want to talk about T.O.
T.O. is next on the
T.O.
list.
Let's talk about T.O.
What do you want to say about Terrell?
I'm just saying, like, I want us as a group to talk about T.O.
So
you
you
don't-
have no comments
Right.
on T.O.
So the comment I have about T.O. is his sob story was like he loved his grandma and his grandma died, but he did it all for his grandma. But then, like, why was he such a dick when he played for the NFL if he was doing it all for his grandma? Like,
Got to be a dick for your grandma.
like,
Oh man,
like, what was your grandma gonna do? Like, say when you're
Maybe
like, yeah,
his grandma taught him how to be a dick, and then he's like, "This is for you, grandma. You showed me how to do it."
could
maybe
be.
it just seems a little disingenuous.
Do you
I'm gonna
think?
throw this out there. I don't really care that he was a so-called whatever quote unquote dick in the NFL.
Drama
He was
queen.
entertaining as hell to watch, and he was on a pretty decent receiver he had a good shot there. I don't know.
No,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like, if you're doing it for your grandma, maybe you like
I don't
think
know,
about
like,
that a little more
sure.
than just like 8 years after you're out of the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know when he was out of the NFL.
Yeah.
think
No,
he's
I mean,
been out for a
I
while.
get like where you're coming. I'm just like, I kind of like.
I just
have
think
some
I just
fun.
think that it's he's being disingenuous with his comments about doing it for his grandma.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah.
Do you think T.O. did or will do a dance that starts with him shirtless doing sit-ups?
Oh man.
One arm sit-ups.
I don't know. Just the famous shot of him doing sit-ups in his driveway.
Yeah.
Probably
Maybe.
like most embarrassing moment week.
You think he's taken out a Sharpie and signed anything like in the middle of a dance yet?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Does he like just throw popcorn in his face in the middle of a dance?
I do want to say he might come back in a later conversation.
T.O.?
Oh.
Oh, okay. We'll get back to that.
This guy, everybody, Mr. Spoils.
No,
Well, that was a nice tease.
Yeah, good tease.
So I would say T.O. I feel is who is the most famous person on the show, or is it too early for that?
It's got to be
maybe
T.O.
we should go.
I
through
think
some
it's
of the
T.O.
people. I do think T.O. might be, but we got after him. We had Nikki Bella from the WWE.
Yeah, so she was. She said her spine broke in half, basically, and she was paralyzed.
No, it was
Wow.
about to break.
She was
it
at
about
risk.
to break.
Something like that.
that
That's
was
pretty close.
Like you're
There
on,
was
like,
one who was paralyzed,
Right.
and there was one from the WWE. They were not the same person.
But the person in the WWE's neck was messed up, though, right?
It
She was
was
at
she was
risk.
near.
she was
like-
at risk
Oh,
for being
okay.
paralyzed.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Which I don't really know how you work your way out of that. Like if your spine is like fucked up, like what do you do?
It's
Surgery.
It's like Peyton Manning and his 4 neck surgeries, and then still went back and
recovery.
won MVP again. I guess it's a similar kind of thing.
They didn't really go into surgery to see her doing a lot of
rehab stuff.
Most
knows?
importantly, this lady seems to be like dating John Cena.
That's what it seemed like.
That's
James,
cool.
How excited were you to see John Cena on Dancing with the Stars?
John Cena was one of the more exciting points of this show. I'll say that.
Actually, yeah. Who's the most famous person on the show? John Cena.
Could be John Cena.
Maybe
yeah.
Brian C.
I mean,
I think Brian C. if we're counting the people that were not dancing.
I don't
about-
know.
what
Terrell
about-
Owens is
what
also
about-
pretty well known.
Nick Lachey.
No.
No.
Eh.
Way more people know of T.O. than like.
Yeah.
after Nikki Bella, we have Nick from 98 Degrees.
Nick
Not right,
Lachey.
Dan Elastic.
That's Nick Lachey.
What was his? He had us. Yeah, we should not go through all this stuff.
Yeah,
It's too much.
The only
Let's
thing
move
I have
on.
to say
It's
about
gonna get
that
too heavy.
is that his dance partner was pretty much topless. She had like the flowers like on like pasties, and that was like it.
Did you approve, Chris?
You know, I'm not going to say not to wear that.
I think. Go ahead,
I
Max.
feel like I've seen like a lot of that, like the Emmys or whatever. It's in.
Yeah, I mean it's not like it was unattractive. It was just like you can notice that like the guys are almost always fully clothed unless they're dancing with a female celebrity.
Well, there was a couple of exceptions.
Yeah, that was with the female celebrity. They were dancing with
Well,
female celebrities.
It
was
definitely
like a-
seems like the
a mixture.
dancers are more scantily clad.
Right, 'cause they're all in
than the
ridiculous
stars.
Yeah,
shape.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
right.
The stars are mostly pretty buttoned up, and the
Yeah.
dancers are letting things hang out there.
One
sure.
was just topless, just no
One of the
shirt.
guy dancers.
One of the male dancers
Yeah,
was just
you gotta
topless.
clarify when you say
Key
topless.
Yeah, the other one was wearing a mesh see-through shirt. So like,
So,
That guy's name Maxim.
oh,
damn it, Maxim see-through
It's
shirt.
always the shirtless Maxes.
Shirtless Max makes an appearance. Everybody.
So 2 quick things on Nick Lachey. One, I think it's really interesting, and we'll get to it, that his wife, who's his less famous wife, is also on Dancing with the Stars this season.
Yeah.
Splitting that vote.
2, I thought like he was in a boy band, so he kind of danced. He was definitely one of the worst dancers.
Yeah, I think he got one of the lowest scores. He almost, well, I don't want spoiler alert. He almost got eliminated from the show at the end.
What was that? What the hell was that?
Dancing with the Stars spoilers.
I don't want to spoil the
I'm
show we're
just-
talking about, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway.
Well, I didn't quite spoil it. I got close.
All right. So after Nick, we got Lindsay, some sort of violinist.
Lindsay
Never heard of
Sterling.
her.
oh yeah.
Got some daddy issues.
The only thing
Now I know who she is. I didn't catch the last name in the show. I was like, who's? They keep referring to her as Lindsay. I'm like, that's it. You got to give me the whole name.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, she had a pretty good album. She also did some like rock, whatchamacallit, rock violinist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got that.
James
So,
dropping that rock violin
James with
knowledge.
the lore.
the only thing I have to say about this is the crazy British guy. I don't remember his name. Len afterwards said that her dance looked like a crazy Banksy painting.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
what?
No,
the
dude,
fuck?
it definitely makes sense. It's that Banksy
There's one
thing
with
of
a
the girl
red
with the
balloon.
balloon. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, damn
Definitely
it.
looked like that.
Len with the deep cut there.
He's well. I'm just like, this dance looks like a Banksy painting.
Yeah.
I just don't.
There it is right there. I mean,
It
it
I
was
will
like
say,
a simple set, but like they were on a simple set. I don't understand. And the red balloon was there.
I mean, I will say that whole number was very, very artistic. I thought it was really well designed. It was good.
We could keep going through the contestants, but maybe now's a good time to talk about the judges.
Oh, we should talk about the judges
The judges and the
Who?
scoring.
Who?
and the scoring.
Who are these people?
Okay.
So there's Len.
3 judges. There's Len. He's very British.
He's-
He's an extremely
that's-
British
yeah.
gentleman.
He's
Seems
so
like
British.
it seems like he's like a old British dance instructor or something like that. Like he knows like a lot about dance. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
Except he said nothing about dance.
I don't
I
know.
think any of these
The whole
people
time.
It
like, are experts.
it seems like he's there to be like the technical stickler.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he
Well,
definitely
I
is
feel like
not.
Carrie Ann brought up more technical things than he did, though. He was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about his trips to the Rams game and throwing
Oh, man.
shade at Aaron
Yeah,
Andrews.
He kept on complaining that Aaron Andrews couldn't get him tickets to the game, but she got him field passes to the game. Insane.
Yeah, she comes out and is like, "What the hell are you talking about? I got you on the sideline. What better could I do for you?" Anyways, I don't know.
So
The fucking people on the show are
I have no idea who they are.
I don't like none of them
Bruno?
are interesting. They're not adding anything.
They're just yes men. It's so
So
dumb.
yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say. Like Len is the British guy, so you think he's gonna be the Simon and sort of keep it real and tell them what's up. None of them do that.
No.
They're all just
No.
like, it was great. This
It's
is
all
awesome.
great.
We're just gonna give you an 8 because
Yeah,
some
so-
people are better than
brought
you.
it
Then
up.
we could give them a 9 or a 10.
What percentage of the scores given were 8s?
At least 80%.
so the scoring was a 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
Yeah.
and
Well, we
3
don't know that.
judges.
They could have an 11. Who knows?
It's definitely
seems
one
like
to
it's
10.
one to
definitely
10.
1 to 10.
I'm gonna sneak in that 11.
We only saw 7s, 8s, 9s,
Nines.
and 10s,
Yep.
and almost all of them were 8s.
How
So-
many 7s were there? Was only like 1 7 given out. The whole from one judge. The whole.
I think there were 2 7s to the same person.
Oh yeah.
So
wow.
I have a theory about this.
Okay.
So as we were watching this show, like because all the scores were kind of in this, 2 to 3 point kind of range, it was a lot easier to kind of play along and try to guess what like the judges' scores are going to be. So I think they kind of intentionally keep it in like a somewhat tight range and make it obvious kind of which way things are going so that people at home can kind of play along together and feel good about their ability to judge dancing.
Well, it's one thing to make it easy to play along. It's another thing that I could have been in the bathroom and I could shout out, I think it's an 8,
Eight.
and been right
Eight.
almost every time.
It definitely didn't help that like the first like 4 dances were all 8s. It was just
It was
8.
nuts.
8.
So
It's an 8.
There's a couple things with this. Is I'm sure earlier in the season they were giving out less 8s. So like as the season goes on, they're supposed to get better and better. So maybe they'll get better and better numbers.
they just
and
moved
then
the average up, right?
that's part of the playing along. They just kind of
The second thing is that this whole like American A B C D E, not E, A B C D F, like 8 is a B. So you're like, okay, like it just translates to that instead of like an 8 being like something like really, really good and like a 2 just being like, you kind of sucked, and a 5 being like, you're okay, like you did okay. Instead, it's like a 7 is like, you did okay. an 8 was like, you did a little bit better than okay.
Yeah. It's like that was a good dance.
You dance.
I think they should maybe pick up the 9-point scale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Top of the middle.
James
third.
scale?
Yeah, we should have Tom Bergeron saying, Bruno, was that
middle,
a
bottom.
top, middle, or bottom dance?
Top, middle,
That's
or
a
bottom.
way better scoring system than this dumb shit
It's true.
sliding thing.
That would be great. Did they force these people to actually pick who's in the top, middle, and bottom
Oh yeah.
in one night? That'd be great. Other than it just everyone's at the top because we don't want to affect the results of the people
Is
voting.
there a chance that there were so many 8s because it was like sob story week and they were just like, oh, we're talking about your,
There were
recovery
definitely-
from health. Here's an 8.
There were definitely some scores that seemed like to be inflated because they were attached to a good emotional story.
Dude, the one wheelchair
But
story.
it's
For
part of the
sure.
whole presentation though. Like
It
it's
is.
part of the whole like
It's definitely not just
when
the
you
dance.
conceive of the whole performance, the story, and that whole thing's a part of it. So like I don't feel bad about them getting points for it.
Well, the dance definitely correlates very highly with what the video is representing.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you can't divorce the two. Because you're like,
And-
you just see that dance, you're like, was that about getting married? What was that about? But when you saw a video about what it was about before you watched the dance, then you could clearly see the analogs.
I would love to see what like the brainstorming process for like what the choreography and like the set of the dance is going to be because like some people like the production design of their number was very good and then some people are just like okay we put a bunch of door frames up and you can just walk through these door frames
Or there was nothing.
or
You
there
were
was
just dancing.
yeah
There's just lights
so
or whatever, yeah.
I don't know I mean
Just crazy camera actions.
yeah it'd be interesting to see some of the behind the
do
scenes
you
on
think
it
some of the ones that are and I can't really remember if this was accurate with the performance. But like, do you think that some of the ones that were like kind of struggling are like we should help them out a little bit, get a little more production to like
Get a little more
people
juice.
like a little excited about it, like ooh, this is a real sleeper, right? Like we gotta juice the crowd a little bit, give them something to look at.
So you're saying when Frankie Muniz had like CGI, that was because his partner was like, ooh, we really need to
Frankie
know, I'm
Muniz was
curious.
wearing the sparkliest jacket possible, and there's CGI in him, and he's
Like-
smiling so big.
So how much does like the dance partner, who's the real dance, like are they the ones planning all this stuff, or is there like
so.
a
Um,
behind the scenes team helping out with that?
I think that there are other choreographers helping out with it. I don't just think that it's the star in the.
I think it
pro.
might depend on who the dancer is and if they're a good choreographer or not.
They
'Cause
did
I think
show,
that some of one of
yeah.
them mentioned that they like planned it, but I
Right.
don't know if it was just them, if it was a team of people, or if all the other people are doing the same thing.
Well, I bet they have a role to play in it. The question is like, are they 95% of it, or are they like 40% of it?
Yeah.
I think it just depends on how good of a dancer they are and how
Yeah,
good of a
probably.
choreographer. Like, I'm sure there's dancers that could set up that choreography.
They definitely have choreographers and production design people working with them.
But there's 11 of them for like, you have 11 professional choreographers.
Dude,
Like,
choreographers are so cheap to hire compared to like what they're making on this fucking show. They're making so much money on this show
I don't know how, but
because there's so many people watching it. Like,
no
there's-
one should be watching this.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I bet there's a shitload of people.
Oh,
watching
there's so
this.
many people
Like
that watch.
millions.
This is
and
like one of the most
millions.
popular shows on TV,
Right.
dude.
I know, but no one should be watching it. The only reason I could see you watching this is if you're like, oh, I got to fold laundry. Let me get some asinine thing on in the background
Yeah.
while I'm doing it. Like,
I think we watch this in a way that many people do not. I think people throw this on for like 1 or 2 dances, and then they're like, "Oh, my other show, Big Bang Theory, is on because I'm a fucking idiot or whatever."
It's just something.
man,
Yeah,
you
that's-
burning Big Bang Theory right now?
Burn.
You're not even
Oh, yeah.
talking about that.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
No,
it
but I
fucking
totally
deserves
see it. And I think I heard like maybe Harrison say this during the show, which is like, this is a show that like it's great for the whole family, right? Like somebody's cooking dinner, people are in and out doing whatever, and then dinner's ready, everyone sits down, it's still on. You're like, oh, how's that one thing doing?
It's
Who's
just-
on now? Whatever.
it's just
and then
on-
you finish it up, and then and at some point you're like, everyone comes together and they're like, who's getting kicked off? And then everyone
You won't
goes to
know because
sleep.
you weren't paying attention
It's
because
just
it's that boring.
It's just on in the
I don't know.
background.
I think it's just like it's just the thing that's on, and it's a show that
It's
you can
like
have on.
it's 2 hours, so it's long. But like somebody said it during the thing, like it's kind of like a sporting event. It's just kind of like you're watching like a 2-hour
every
game.
week. Like if this was a one-time
Yo,
thing,
you watch
like-
the Eagles
Monday
game
Night
for
Football
3-4
is
hours
4
every week.
hours.
and I regret that every time. There's
Oh.
way too many commercials.
Yeah, well, you
I'm
know.
too committed.
this is
I'm not
super
committed to this
similar.
show though.
Yeah, but some people love Frankie Muniz.
This is some people's football, Chris.
All right.
I
What
think
though?
the
Can
better
we talk
parallel
about-
to I think the parallel to football would be the Olympics, because that's how NBC does the
It's
Olympics.
like
is that
figure skate,
it's
yeah.
20 minutes of sob stories, then you show the race, and then you move on to more sob stories.
It definitely
And
felt a lot like figure skating or gymnastics in the Olympics.
I don't watch that either.
I don't like watching Olympics on American television.
Oh, I love watching the Olympics.
Gotta be watching.
You gotta
Olympics.
watch Olympics from another country, and then you'll see how much better it can be when it's not produced like garbage.
CBC does a good job.
CBC does an amazing job.
Oh yeah, I it's great being
All
in
right,
Seattle because you can
so
watch that.
we
stuff.
talked about one
Chris is
judge.
ready to go.
Can we talk about the other two judges quickly?
Tell us about Bruno, Chris.
Bruno, like he was in Bull Rat, and
Yeah.
well, the sequel to Bull Rat was his movie, and
Yeah.
then he like came to this Bruno,
Yeah.
and he's a little flamboyant, not sure, which way he sides. And he's real annoying. He has nothing to say, and they need to get a new judge because it's garbage.
Should they replace Bruno with Borat?
Yeah, that would be very entertaining.
Felt nice.
Oh no, no.
I like the dance.
Oh,
Felt
I'm
nice
out.
how much. Fun fact about James P. Rohal: he once walked out of the movie Borat.
Really?
Came close. That's the closest I've ever been.
Oh man.
I did leave the theater for a little bit to get a breather, but I did return.
Oh, that's tough. You returned. You should just go get your money back.
It was really close.
I can't
was
believe
great.
Borat has come up on consecutive podcasts.
It's
a
got a lot of
real-
cultural footprint.
Cultural touchstone.
Yo, is the Ali G show reality?
No.
Definitely not.
Maybe. Hidden
All right.
camera show.
There's not a lot to say about him, but he's garbage.
I mean, he's very
Exuberant.
passionate about the dance.
Yeah, well, then he should
Passionate
probably
about
critique the
Got that
dancers
dance.
like
Got
a
that
judge should
Latin
do.
passion.
He just
He's very
he just
not
gets excited.
Latin. He's Italian.
He just gets excited when anyone when anyone dances.
It
He's
doesn't
just pumped,
matter.
man.
And then the other judge was what, Carrie Ann?
Carrie Ann.
Marianne.
At least she's had some nitpicks to say. Like, I mean, she wasn't just all like yes men the
That
whole
were
time.
still irrelevant.
Yeah, they were dumb nitpicks, but
no,
they were like,
she'd be like, so it was good, but there's this one thing. I'm still gonna give you the same score I gave everybody else, anyways, though. So it doesn't fucking matter.
She loves her eights.
They all love their eights.
That's about all I have to say about her.
Yeah.
That's all they deserve.
I do think that they, keep the British guy and knock the other two off.
I
Like,
think Carrie Ann was the best one.
I like the British guy. He had more character.
British guy was just talking about random stuff. Like, stay
Yeah, he was a
focused.
character. I don't know.
I want to take some over unders here. The 25 seasons. How many seasons have Carrie Ann been on?
What's the over under?
Well, just like
Are you the house? Like, what's going on here? You have
okay,
to set
not
the
over
thing.
under. Just like everybody place your bet. It's 1 to 25.
25.
Like 5.
8.
No, damn it! You asked. Going with
It's gotta
8.
be 8.
3.
25.
Oh my
God.
god.
Bruno, let's go.
25.
22.
25.
5.
25.
Oh my god.
All right, this game's dumb, Max. Is the last one 25? I swear to God, you better just tell me if it's 25.
Len.
Yeah, well, is it 25?
25.
25.
3.
24.
Oh.
Everyone's a loser.
This is the worst fucking game.
All right.
You just killed us with the
Wow.
same scoring
I was
system.
looking at this chart you had on your computer, and I was like, I see a lot of people not on 25 years. I was very concerned.
Yeah. No, the judges have been on for quite some time.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
like the
why
whole
they're so
show.
garbage at it now.
What is that game?
Shouldn't they get
I
better
hate-
at judging
hate this
over
game.
time?
You can only have so many things to say about a dance performance after 25 seasons.
Yeah, you
Like,
just go back to
come
season
on.
1. Just start cycling them.
Cycle
doesn't,
it.
It doesn't matter.
You just got to get a robot to sit there and just regurgitate the lines you've said before.
Are they more
I-
nitpicky when it's not fucking sob week?
They
Like
must be.
anyone
do I
They
know?
must be.
There's a
It gotta
0% chance I'm ever watching the show again.
Right, like I'm not like it's done. Wait, are we just? Should we just? Yeah, let's. Should we?
Well, we can roll through
We
the
jumping
final
in?
celebrities.
Let's lock
Oh, yeah,
it
who
down.
we got?
dude.
Who we
Chris,
got?
let's roll.
We got Derek, the NBA player. I didn't
From
write down last
Derek
name.
Fisher.
Yeah,
Derek
from
Fisher.
the
Next.
Jets, New Jersey Nets.
No, he was on a lot of teams, but he's most famous for being on the Lakers. He,
Oh, the
he was
Lakers.
riding shotgun with Kobe for a
Right,
while.
and then he had the thing with his girl, his daughter.
Yeah.
Bummer.
The only comment I have is his sob story was that he left the NBA because his daughter had some sort of eye condition.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that cost him $20 million.
Yeah.
So then, daughter cost him $20
Luckily,
million.
his daughter didn't lose his eye though.
I did
Yeah.
like
There
the
was some
point
positive
where
there.
I think that the daughter did lose.
Oh, she did?
Maybe a glass.
I
Man,
think
they are terrible at
she-
telling. We all watched the same show.
I definitely thought she saved the eye.
No,
I thought she
yeah.
saved the eye.
They showed the shot of her with the eyes, and they're like,
'Cause
"Thank God she
I
did
don't
this
think so,
experimental
dude.
surgery."
They definitely said, Derek definitely said, I had to decide, do we just remove the eye or do we try to save the eye? And one of us, I remember who was like, you got to get rid of the eye if if it's going to kill her. And he goes, so I decided I had to try to save the eye.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
man.
like, if that's the worst thing, I mean, you live. Like, if
There
that's the
were-
choice, then you just what you do.
There were a lot like these are all like very personal stories. So like at the moment where there's going to be some very key information about what actually happened in the situation, they totally gloss over it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they
pretty
don't
much
say
every
anything.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible storytelling. All right, who else we got?
So then we've got Jordan Fisher.
He was
I
good.
have no idea who that is.
Is that the property brother?
No,
No.
that's the. So I looked
Yeah.
up a little bit. He's some sort of teen Disney singer actor guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
The
he was
adoptee.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the best. He was the only guy who got a 10, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He got 2 10s.
And then we have Sasha, the other part of the couple from Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, right.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was the one with the doors.
Boring.
The
She was one with
Doors,
the
yeah.
Doors.
Doors woman.
No, that wasn't the Doors woman.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
def-
Pretty Little Liars.
Sasha from Pretty Little Liars was definitely the Doors woman.
Because she had to open the door back into life or something.
And because she's
Or something.
She's put on some weight from her Pretty Little Liar days, and in Hollywood, that's not okay.
Right.
Yeah.
She said it cost her jobs and stuff, but then she got married, and so she
Oh.
found all that. So it's
And now
a new
she's
chapter of her life.
Opening that new door.
opening that new door. Bam.
I
Back
don't
to the
think
doors.
that's right. Because it was Nick's wife.
Shit, you kidding me? We
Nick's
had
wife's
it.
not
We were
Sasha,
ready to
though.
move
Who
on.
who is Nick's wife?
Vanessa.
Vanessa Carlton. That's not true. That's incorrect.
It might be Vanessa Carlton.
not.
Is her name changed to Vanessa Lachey?
No, it was never Carlton.
My notes
I
are
looked it
mistaken.
Anyway,
I think.
everybody
Chris, are
else
your-
in the
are
show
your copious
is not
notes-
a star. Everyone fucking sucks.
Who else we got?
Drew Scott.
Property brother.
Property bro.
brother.
With identical twin brother.
He was
Who
very
did the
excited
two
to dance.
Interesting gimmick.
Yeah,
Brought
that's-
his twin brother out.
Bring
Brother
the twin
came
brother was
out.
a good gimmick, and now they got to do 1 week where they swap out the brother.
Oh, they got
And
it.
they
Don't say anything.
announce it post scores.
That'd be great.
That'd be so great.
good.
Some kind of Parent Trap situation.
Boring. And then we've got Victoria,
Was she the one in the
the
wheelchair?
ESPN host, the one in the wheelchair.
Yeah, that was a crazy story as well.
Yeah, she used to be paralyzed. Now she's not. Now she's dancing. That's
Well, it was
cool.
almost
Yeah.
like beyond paralyzed. She was having spasms,
Oh,
like
yeah.
basically
She's
vegetable,
gonna die,
and
yeah.
doctor was like, "You should pull the plug on her," and she overheard that and came back. That was insane.
So-
Yeah.
Crazy story.
My comment, the only comment I have about her is the fact that, sorry, in her video, she was doing all this rehab stuff, and she was like, I'm going to be the first person in a wheelchair on Dancing with the Dancing with the Stars.
Celebrity dance party.
Yeah, celebrity dance party.
Celebrity
And
Dance Party
I was
25.
like, what kind of dream is that? You want to be a D-list celebrity so you can get on this show. Like, you don't want to be an A-list celebrity? Like, I don't know what kind of dream that is. And if that was a dream before she was a celebrity, she's not really a celebrity at all
Yeah.
anyway. So it's like,
That part of it's a little bit weird. I can see being paralyzed and wanting to dance.
yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, I see. the
It's
dance.
definitely
It's
hamming
like
it up
that.
for this show.
Yeah.
100%,
I
but it's
didn't really
very
know-
weird.
What was she on? She was
some
thing?
ESPN personality,
Okay,
I think.
Got it.
Yep.
That's
Anyways.
fill in one of the last spots. And then I apparently missed somebody because I had Sasha down.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, we didn't talk about Nick Lachey's wife.
Yeah.
Nick Lachey's wife.
That's the person that I
The
thought
other
was
Lachey,
Who
who danced to
A
her
Nick
husband's
Lachey
songs,
Which was great.
which was pretty funny and great.
there were no. Yeah.
What was I forgot her thing?
Her
Anyways.
sad story was that one of
Oh,
their
the-
kids was born premature,
The premature.
Right,
body,
that's right, that's
Born
right.
in like week 29 or something.
and now he's still good, so it's great.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
worked
good.
out. There you have
Okay.
it. Sob
That's-
2 hours of the week, folks.
That's the ball game.
All right.
Yeah.
bottom thirds all arounds.
I'm gonna give this one an 8.
Oh,
You gotta go 8
So
because whatever you
middle
say.
of the bottom.
I'm just making an 8 reference.
Okay.
That's all I-
Oh,
It's
interesting.
definitely middle of the bottom. This isn't Celebrity Apprentice, but it's garbage.
But clear bottom.
The
Okay.
main problem is it's too fucking long. If I watched just one clip of somebody dancing, I'd be like, great, yeah, sure, whatever.
I could see myself watching a 1 to 2 minute YouTube clip of one of these people dancing
Yes.
if it was like some crazy dance number.
I think that it was well produced. Parts of it were entertaining, but it like so much filler to make it
So
quote
much.
unquote live. Like just drop it. Like it's just not needed. Move it.
There's better shows to watch.
100%.
Yeah.
Bottom third show.
So
What one side note about Let's Little Thing with Dance with Stars that I've learned is that Jimmy Kimmel and his cousin are actually very good at betting on who wins Dancing with the Stars, and have like made money off it.
Oh,
because
really?
they get it right like half the time, but they've got like when there's like 16 people to pick one, you get like 5 to 1, 6 to 1 odds. So win half the time, you're doing really good.
Oh man.
So they've got some kind of science to figure out who's going to win.
Is there some sort of Canadian betting scheme that lets me bet on Dancing with the Stars?
I don't know if it's a Canadian betting scheme. It might just be you got to go to Vegas or something.
Maybe.
But you struck an interesting thing. I'm curious. Is there Canadian Dancing with the Stars?
I'm sure.
You could look it up.
There's
You want
no-
to add it to the queue?
There's some,
Put it on the Canada.
F-list
Who put this
celebrities
on?
from
yeah.
No,
Canada.
the only star they have is Justin Trudeau, so it's just Dancing with Justin Trudeau.
No, it's Justin Trudeau's brother.
I didn't know he had a brother.
He definitely has a brother.
All right. Would this show be better if everyone was naked?
The dancers are close already.
I'm gonna go with no. I don't want to see Frankie Muniz's swirling
That's
around.
definitely a good reason.
I don't think you can make this show naked. Like it's just that's just a
saying.
strip club, Chris. Like that's all it is.
club.
It's a strip club.
I'm not
on
saying
TV.
they're taking their clothes off. They're already naked.
Stripping with the stars.
That's
strip club star edition is or something like.
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to put that show on TV.
Would this show be better with kids? No. Then it's just a bunch of fucking child stars.
I bet it exists though,
Ugh.
but they're not stars.
Dude, I bet that the MasterChef Junior equivalent of dancing would be insane.
so
Oh.
bad. It'd be so bad.
No, dude, like actual like good kid dancers that aren't just like
Oh yeah.
amateurs. Like I bet it'd be real nuts.
What it would?
Oh
what,
fuck! Do we have to watch Dance Moms now?
The nation's
Fucking kill me.
biggest kid dance
Do you want me to
off
add to the Q, Max?
competition.
No.
Add
Get
it to
that-
the queue.
get that out of the
Oh,
fucking
another thing is, do we have to add Property Brothers to the queue?
No.
Oh, we could.
Property Brothers.
It's more
Shout out
interesting
on
than
this
this
episode.
show. I'll give you
We'll,
that.
we'll add it to
I've
the
seen
queue.
it.
We'll add it to the queue.
Whose
Man.
fucking idea was Dancing with the Stars?
No, we're in fall.
Fall TV hell.
Yeah,
Is this you, Chris?
I wanted to do. We're doing.
Cut
all
him
the
from the
premieres.
queue.
We're doing
Chris is
all
cut.
the fall
That was a
premieres.
yes. That was a yes.
So Dancing with the Stars is one of the biggest fall premieres. We got to do it,
Hey, we watch the shit, so you don't have to.
Right.
and we talk about the minutia of the shit. And I hope you enjoy it.
They can't all be top thirds. The whole definition is a
There's
third of
only
them
so
are
many
bottom
MTV shows that have to do with the challenge
That's
that
right.
we can watch.
Hey, should
thirds.
we?
So-
Speaking of,
Did we get an official rating from everyone on this? On this,
We
though?
did
that's
not.
what-
I didn't hear one out of James.
I was gonna just add one thing, which is somebody's got to compete and give people out there enough content, like an hour and a half content with no commercials. And I feel like this show is on point. So like, it's just we're just doing what Dances and the Stars is doing.
Except you can, drive, do other things while you're listening to us. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
James,
Oh,
What was
is
that
your-
rating though?
I'm gonna go top of the bottom third.
That's a 7, folks.
That's going to be
For
way
those
too.
keeping
That's way
score
too
at
high.
home.
The reasoning is I do appreciate the good camera work and like cinematography and stuff. There's some elements of the show that are interesting. Like it has a couple of moments, mostly when they're dancing. It's kind of interesting for a second. So for that, it's like you got to give it a couple of things. It's better than some of the really bad shit.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm just screaming at the TV like I fucking hate these people. It's just like, man, let's get this thing moving. mostly.
Somebody may or may not have wanted to turn it off halfway through.
I may have took a little nap on that. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of good.
That's what the show is for.
Yeah, this show was a great napping show. That's the aha here. If you want like pop something on, like it's you're like, man, I kind of go for a nap, but I'm not really sure if I want a nap. Pop this show on, and then you'll be right in nap town.
No, that's just golf, man. That's just you get that golf on the TV, and it's just those announcers just
Harrison, did you give your?
bottom third.
You got your James ranking?
I'm just gonna say bottom third on this one
You out of the James ranking?
for this week.
Is
we'll
it
be out
better
of the
than
total
Celebrity
ranking.
Apprentice?
It's better than Celebrity Apprentice.
That's all we need to know.
Okay.
And speaking of the news I teed up earlier,
Oh yeah.
there is a new season of the challenge.
Uh-oh. Season 31?
Champs versus other pros.
Champs versus Stars.
Oh shit. Celebrity Challenge.
Speaking of celebrities,
Oh man.
But you know who's on it?
I have to ask you a question.
I have the cast.
Do you know the
Do
host?
you know who the host is? Is the host
yes.
Victor Cruz or TJ Lavin?
It is neither of those people.
Ludacris.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Luda.
It's
Tell me it's
T.O.
Luda.
It is not. I have to go back a tab. Hold on. I hate
It's
it.
probably
It's
T.O.
the Chris Lorenz.
That'd be great.
It's I don't know.
It's Terrence J.
Is it the other TJ from that other show we just recently watched?
Terrence J.
Terrence
No.
J.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry, Rob. I zoned out there.
That's all right.
Mike the Miz Mizanani.
The
Oh.
Miz. Oh,
God damn
that's
it.
that's not a bad host for this.
Ooh.
That's not a bad host
Terrible.
for this.
Lame.
That's legit.
It's some sort of real world and challenge. Great.
He comes from the real world in the challenge, and now he's in the WWE.
but who are the stars of?
Yeah, run
Champs
down
versus
run down
Stars.
that cast list for me.
Do you want to guess?
Is it T.O.?
To
T.O. is in.
great.
Anyone
There's
else?
no we're not gonna be able to guess the
Lolo?
celebrity list. Lolo has Lolo in.
Nope.
Damn
no
it.
Lolo.
Is it one of the?
Is there anyone from Chance versus Pros?
I don't know.
Is
Is
the
it
pros?
one
It doesn't
of the,
say on
one of
this
the
list I'm looking at.
ex-bachelors?
Is it any other professional athletes?
Yes.
Any other football players?
No.
Okay, I was trying to 20 questions.
All right.
Man, you just got to
I'll
tell us.
Arian. I'm gonna butcher these names by the way.
Okay, let's do it.
Arian Andrew, professional wrestler.
Great,
Josh Murray, reality star.
great,
Okay,
Justine Valentine, rapper.
great,
okay,
Kim Glass, Olympic volleyball player.
great,
okay,
Matt Rife, comedian.
great.
okay.
Oh, the comedian.
Michael Watterson, professional mixed martial artist.
Great.
Could be Michelle. I
Okay.
don't know. Riff Raff,
That's so great.
some sort of rapper.
Oh,
my
boy.
god.
Romeo Miller.
Do we have to go
some
down
sort
a
of rapper?
riff-raff lore hole right now?
Yeah,
Have you ever
Max.
seen the movie Spring Breakers?
T-
No.
Tell us about Riff Raff.
He cannot be described. He is the most white trash person you can possibly imagine.
Let me
Is he the host or the star of that movie?
let me pull up a photo.
The star of that movie is a ripoff of Riff Raff.
Oh, okay.
Let me show this photo of Riff Raff around the studio here.
Oh, okay. Who else is on?
Wow. I
There's,
don't know how we even. Yeah, Max is really spot
There's
on.
a lot happening in this photo.
I don't know
Look
how
at
to
that guy.
explain this at all. Like, I don't even know where to
He is-
begin.
So his hair is wrapped up and braided on his head. He has like maroon hair, wearing ski goggles,
In a tank
with-
top.
like insane grills on, and a big BET tattoo on his neck.
Wow. That is.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a hell of a
Max, I think we found your Halloween costume.
fuck.
I think
Okay.
you got it, dude.
All right.
Who else we got?
So
Riff
probably
Raff.
didn't hear me, but I said Romeo Miller, which is the rapper,
Okay.
and then the last is Sean Johnson, Olympic gymnast.
Oh,
Damn it.
Sean Johnson.
I thought it was going to be Sean White for a hot second.
They,
Nope.
Where's T.O.?
T.O. is the last. I mean, I
Okay.
You already
said
gave
okay.
it away.
Not a lot of people that I would call stars.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
I'd say
a lot of people-
T.O., Sean Johnson, and Riff Raff.
That's going to
That's
be
cool.
insane.
T.O. is definitely the
Okay.
highlight. Of
The
that.
question is it going to be an actual challenge or is it going to be like Champs versus Pros?
There's going to be
Definitely
zero
Chance versus
politicking.
Bros.
because, yeah. Dude, they need to stop dicking around with these.
They need to get more dicking around. I think
They
is what you
need to
want.
get
Challenge
some
is
people-
on all year round now. It's when the challenge ends, you do this shitty thing you filmed
the
for 2
spin-offs
weeks,
because they have to have the filler.
and then you do a whole nother challenge again.
all I want are some of these famous people on a real fucking challenge. That's
Yeah.
all I want. I want to get Lolo on. So this is not season 31. This is just
Yeah.
This is Chance versus Stars.
You want Tio in that house with Johnny Bananas and CT.
You want-
and, like,
They're just not living in that dorm life. That's just not happening.
Oh man,
It'd be great though.
dude.
I think
Lolo's gonna be in that season 31.
I think that you guys should guess who the champs are.
CT
Oh, man.
Bananas.
Yeah, CT. Okay,
Camilla.
how many
I
are
don't
there?
think CT is in this.
How many guys? How many girls? And we'll try to guess it.
All right, so there's
Leroy, Hunter, who the fuck knows?
I
Corey.
think there's 5 and 5.
Okay, CT, Bananas.
Okay, CT's in it. Bananas is in it.
Okay, it's champs, right? Darrell gonna be in there?
No Durrell.
Oh no, Darrell. Okay. What about Cara Maria's got to be in there for the girls.
Camilla's in there.
Laurel.
Camilla is in there. Cara Maria is not in there.
Laurel.
No Laurel.
Oh man. Ooh, Jenna.
Jenna's in there.
Jenna's in there. Oh
what
man.
about Trashly?
Yeah, Ashley. There's no.
Trashly's in.
She's in.
Trashley is in.
God, man, she keeps. Are you kidding me?
Ashley Mitchell.
She should
as-
not be allowed to be back in after just walking off like the second episode of this season. It's just not. This doesn't make any sense.
She's a champ.
So you're
Jesus.
missing one girl and I believe 2 guys.
one girl and 2 guys. Man.
Just tell us, Chris.
Just tell us.
You're missing Anissa.
Okay.
Is she a champ?
I didn't know she was a champ.
Spoiler alert, Dirty 30.
I knew it was coming.
Corey.
Okay,
Sure.
Corey. Yeah.
Wes.
I don't think
Oh.
Corey's one. Wes. Okay, Wes is definitely one.
And Zach.
Zach. Oh, Zach and Jenna in there is going to be good. They're have some relationship
Yeah,
history.
so,
and
like,
Corey.
Corey-
Corey's always adding a lot of fire.
Corey and Anissa have had a history.
I don't think
and
Corey
Camilla.
is one.
Who doesn't have
What?
a history with Corey?
I don't think Corey is one.
They're playing fast
I
and
don't
loose
think he
with
has
the
either.
term champs.
I think so. Yeah.
Or, he might win.
No,
Corey's
he's
out unless there's a redemption house. Double
He's the
redemption.
champ of the redemption.
Well, he's in the
house.
redemption house now. so
Corey
he can
has
still
been
come
out
back.
of the game for a while.
He's done. so.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking
Like,
somebody else.
Yeah.
He lost on eating
I was thinking,
weird shit.
I was thinking Hunter for some reason.
James, we might need to transition to
I
actual
know. I'm
challenge
waiting for the
talk.
cue, but
All right.
y'all are
It's
just
gonna
beating around the
happen.
damn
James.
bush.
James
We're
does
giving
not
you the
watch.
cue.
Okay. I'm
James didn't do his homework again and has to leave us this week.
It's
out.
okay.
True. The goddamn MTV app is my nightmare.
See you, James.
Later, y'all.
Okay.
Sorry about Dancing with the Stars.
So
We're all kind of sorry.
I was
about that.
thinking we could play a little game for this week for the challenge and talk about who we think won the week.
I can talk about who won my heart.
Okay, who won your heart, Max?
Her name starts with a V and ends with Aronica.
Oh yeah, I think Veronica definitely won the
Playing
week.
the politics real good.
Oh yeah, she kind of got in a bit of a lucky position to be able to do that. So Rob, you haven't watched this. You haven't watched the challenge from this
No.
week, right? So effectively, there's a vote that's going on to see who's going to go into the Presidio, and it's between. Sorry,
It's
who is- who is the
between
per-
Leroy and Hunter.
Yeah. So Hunter was going to be the person who's going to get voted and get the votes. That's kind of what the people had agreed on. First person votes Hunter. Second person is like Hunter's best friend, so can't vote for him. So decides to burn a vote on Leroy. And then next person goes Hunter.
No.
Yeah. And then last person, Veronica, goes.
No, that's not how
Leroy, right?
There was 5 people. The first 3 votes were different. Somebody voted for
Oh
Derek.
yeah, there were 5 people, right? There were
So
5
somebody
people.
voted for Derek,
Right.
and then somebody voted for Hunter, and then somebody voted for Leroy.
Yeah.
So there was a tie between Leroy and Hunter.
So
And then
Then there were-
Tej was like, if you don't,
there were 2 votes for so there were 2 votes for Leroy and 2 votes for Hunter.
and then 1 vote for Derek.
One vote for Derek. And then TJ says, yeah, like unless you guys can break the tie on your own on this next round of votes, then all of you are going to go in the Presidio instead, which is a great twist.
Then who would also be who would pick then? Who would pick the other two?
I don't really know the logistics of what would have happened there.
Would
And
they just be two Presidios?
Was it an empty threat?
I love that the rules are constantly evolving because I've never heard of this tiebreaker rule before.
I would love to see somebody just do it just to stir the pot.
It'd be really good.
That would be amazing.
I mean,
But then they're up
Veronica
for
thought about it.
elimination, and they're like,
But
It
then you have
doesn't-
Redemption House. I mean, it would be funny. That's all.
Veronica
yeah,
definitely
that's not
thought
how you
about
win
doing
this
it.
game, by being funny.
Yeah. So, so I mean, pretty good move. So Veronica basically wildcards it and gets Leroy in the mix here, and then they revote, and it comes out Leroy, and Leroy just finds himself in the elimination. Leroy versus Hunter, and Hunter gets taken out. No, sorry, Hunter takes out Leroy, sends him to the redemption.
That was a
house.
great challenge. Like,
That was a good challenge.
I'm-
You want to describe it?
That was an insane challenge. I'm not sure it was safe.
Definitely not
Yeah,
safe.
It didn't seem that
Okay,
safe.
Wait,
So-
time a minute. Didn't you say they were voting for Hunter and Leroy?
So
So how did they both end up in the
so
challenge?
Leroy ended up getting voted in directly by the team that won the last challenge, and then Hunter got double crossed into
Oh,
their.
So Hunter
leader.
ended up in it anyway.
Hunter ended up in it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but like, there's some like politics going on.
there was a chance
where-
that Hunter could have pulled the double cross and he wouldn't have been in, or if somebody else had pulled it. But
Wh-
the
who is-
person that pulled it just voted him in.
Who was the other guy that was trying to set up an alliance with Hunter?
Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tony was trying to not get Hunter put into the Presidio.
Yeah, for sure.
So this challenge was they have two bells on opposite sides of a field, and in the middle there's like two sets of doors, and both contestants are on one side of the door, on each side. Each of them have their own side, and they have to run through one of the doors and ring a bell, and then run through the other door, and then the first person that rings the bell wins the round. First to two wins.
And it's basically like an open door frame that's sealed off with like saran wrap.
Well, that was the first one didn't have
Right?
Saran wrap.
It's just, like,
the second
paper
one
on
did.
it?
No, both of them you couldn't see through, so you didn't know when
Yeah,
you were
you
going to
could- you
collide
couldn't
with
see
somebody
through.
else.
So you're running full speed. This thing you can't see the other person coming, and people are smashing into each other through this
Hunter
building.
was like,
Hunter
Hunter's
like
all-
fucking wrecked his hands.
Hunter's all roided up. Yeah, Hunter definitely wrecked his hand. He kind of led with the hand a little bit on one of those hits. Okay, so what we did miss from earlier in the episode is the winners of the previous challenge also got to vote one guy and one girl directly into the Redemption House, which is pretty big. So
Oh, yeah.
they took the opportunity to put two of the strongest people in the game in. So they threw CT and Cara Maria right into the Redemption House,
yeah.
which I don't know about that strategy because both of them are going to end up coming out of there because
that's just like a break for CT.
Because-
CT's just in there hanging out.
yeah, because now CT's going to have to beat Dario, who's not going to be a problem.
He's gotta beat
and
Leroy
then
now, though.
Leroy,
And Leroy.
who is also not very good at challenges. He's a big guy, but CT's bigger. I mean,
Depends what the challenge is.
that's true. That's true. So then we have the girls, and Jemmy gets voted in by the people, and then Camilla gets double crossed in by Jenna and is very upset about it.
She
Extremely
does not
upset.
take that very well.
Does not take it very well. Obviously, Camilla ends up winning. Jemmy's in the Redemption House.
Not even close. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not close at all. So that just means that Cara Maria, all she has to do is beat Jemmy and Anissa to get back in, and that doesn't seem like it's gonna be a problem for her either. So I'm not sure about that strategy of sending those guys there.
but on next week's episode, it didn't look like a Redemption House episode.
there could be another set of people coming in for sure,
So who knows?
That'd be nuts.
8 people
piling
elimination
up in that
challenge.
Redemption House. But yeah, it's good. Great season. Great season.
Still don't know about the $1 million, right?
TJ is still not
They-
broken the news.
They also haven't brought it up in a while.
They brought it up at the beginning of either this episode or the episode before it.
I can't believe that it's still out there.
Why tease it for so long?
It's so good. Oh my god.
This season is so long. It's got to be like double the normal episodes.
Oh yeah,
Is it gonna be 30 episodes? You think?
Dirty 30.
Well, it's going to be done by November 21st, is what I can tell you, because
Okay.
that's when Champs versus Stars is on. That's when that premieres.
So 1 week before November 21st. That's
Might
the
be.
finale.
Dude,
shit, I'm out of the country.
they're really covering the whole year.
What if they could do? They'll have Champs the challenge. The challenge
Wait,
on,
Tramps?
and then
What?
Champs versus Stars same night lead in.
oh man,
to get that transition.
Yeah.
what if
Okay.
because it's the dirtiest season of them all, it like Champs versus Stars starts, but Dirty 30 is just still going and just like head to head with Champs versus Stars.
Cannibalizing its own
one's on
content.
MTV, one's on MTV2, right?
Yeah,
Ru-
that's right.
playing at the same time. Yeah. So that's challenge for the week.
So I guess the other update that I'm aware of is that some people have been continuing on with their rookie viewings, the rookie challenges here.
Challenge minor leagues.
The challenge minor leagues.
The farm leagues. Oh yeah.
Some of us have been checking out Are You the One some more. It's not a great show, but it's kind of fun. And if you're like, fuck, I just want to fall asleep, but you want to throw something on, it's pretty okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both a crazy show where like insane things are happening and kind of a boring show. And it's a very interesting fact that it managed to achieve both those things.
Well, it is a reality show. It
So-
seems to be it's their MO.
I watched S1E1 yesterday, and it moves a lot quicker. I think. How long is season 6 episodes? Just 30 minutes?
I think that they're hour episodes.
They're definitely
Yeah.
hours.
So S1E1 is 30 minutes, and
Yeah.
it shows.
So we went back after the last podcast and watched the first episode of the current season to just see what it was about. You know.
I think we made the right choice to watch episode 2. I think episode 2 is better than episode 1.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I think
Episode 1 had the giant hurricanes, which I was a big fan of, but
I really liked the way that episode 1 started. Like they basically did this thing where it started with like
the
you know,
preview.
26 days into like this whole thing.
Oh,
That, like
yeah.
they're playing like content from like 26 days into this and showing some of the people that like you kind of later meet like fighting. Then they kind of like like day 25 and they kind of just like roll it back like to the start of it. Yeah, it was always like an interesting intro to kind of get a glimpse into what might happen later.
Sure.
So I didn't watch the episode, but I heard from you guys that there was no blackout, there was no guessing in episode 1.
There was no guessing, but there was a truth booth.
But this is, I mean, that's why I wanted to watch it. I was the one that wanted to watch episode 2 because
sure.
you actually get to figure out what the show, like the format of the show is.
Sure.
Like episode 1's just introing 80 people, and then you kick one of them off immediately, and then
No, you're right.
like, then the next episode they actually go into what the like show should be about. Unless you're BIP, and you just don't get to that for like 8 episodes.
Bip.
So I think we were right to watch episode 2, but they definitely didn't spend a lot of time introing. They just like were in it, and
For
it's
sure.
like it's just kind of confusing from
So
from
it's
the
like
start.
just what we did with episode 2, where we're
Yeah.
just like in it. We're like, I don't know who the fuck these people
It's
are.
like
it literally starts with Tej putting them in the challenge to pick the people to go on the first date.
Like there's definitely not a lot of
Oh.
introing of people, but I understood why certain things were happening in episode 2, like after seeing kind of the events of episode 1.
I did like the original challenge to like get people matched up.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
the
yeah,
swipe
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Basically, like they throw up
the
a
giant Tinder.
sort of. They throw up a big picture of like something like a guy wearing some wristbands of like Jesus and God or whatever. And then like, the girls have to raise their hands if they're interested, and whoever raised their hand first gets it. Turns out for the guy with the like wristbands that say God, nobody was interested. Oops, it was the Predator.
It
Everybody's really horny for the Predator.
Everyone is they are all about the Predator.
Did they go
The
through
best is later on when one of the girls is talking to the Predator. She's like, "Oh, show me those wristbands. Oh, nice!" Like she's
Oh, man.
all about the wristbands now that she knows that they're predators.
Of course.
So now I lost my train of thought here.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, interesting show.
So we got to mention like the Truth Booth. They also have insane production values on.
Oh my
It's so
God.
good.
There's a green laser light that scans them up and down.
I
to
told you. I
determine-
told you there was. I said that was going to be a thing,
And you were right.
Like it's just going to be this lame. It could be this really lame thing, but they're not doing that.
The level of dumb, flashy tech in this show is so good.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
So the first Truth Booth was a girl and a guy who got randomly matched up on this date, and she is not into him at all. And her excitement when it was no match, she goes running back into the house, and she's so happy, and the guy is just like, "This sucks."
Oh yeah.
Who
That
was it again?
I don't know.
So my question about the show is, did they go through the process of picking these 11 perfect mates? Because this doesn't make any fucking sense.
We don't know what the process looks
You have
like.
to
Well-
trust the process.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Let's figure out, what the producers thought would be the 11 perfect matches. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not like you're picking the same colors. Like, there's
Yeah,
clearly
I
not a
don't
one
fucking know.
answer here.
So Harrison, can I go into a couple episode 3 spoilers for you?
Yeah, sure.
So they do the second light beam challenge,
Oh.
and
I watched this too, I think.
they're down to 1
They-
perfect match.
They matched all. It went down to only one.
So they
I
had
know
3 when we watched it.
So they almost lost half their money.
So like, I have to admit, like, on the last week's show, I thought if they went down at all, they lost half the money, and they only lose the money if they get 0.
Right. Okay.
Which is unfortunate because I would have thought it was so hilarious if they just lost half $1 million. But okay, that's not happening.
yeah. Okay.
So
apparently that is new this season.
apparently that's news. Yeah.
My
Were
my
they
sister
s-
gave me the deets.
were they smart about which people they paired up for the beams?
So this is the thing. No.
Oh,
like,
no.
some of them seem to randomly mix up, but like a whole bunch of them are like really committed to being in couples.
Oh no.
And so then Michael, the heartbreak kid, is like, I've just been hanging out with Jalez and we went to the boom boom room and stuff, but like I haven't talked to enough of these girls. I don't know if she's my perfect match. I should. And he basically
No,
breaks up
you're-
with her.
Kiana, not Gillette.
Sorry, Kiana.
Keon. Okay.
Falls fast and furious. Let's just call her that. And so he basically breaks up with her, and she's just like devastated and can't handle it. Then he talks to another woman, who's like coupled up, and he's like, maybe like you should like try to talk to more people. I don't like, you should think about it. And she and the guy are enraged that he would dare try to break up their union. And so
Gosh.
I'm in on the heartbreak kid. I like he's
Yeah.
thinking. He's trying to
Like-
play the game.
There is a then it's cold and not the point of the show, but like there's the right way. There's a right way to do all these combinations when you check it.
Yeah.
So season 1, somebody set up like a matrix
Yeah.
of all the contestants and like what combinations could
Yeah.
and could not work.
Yeah. They have to
Season
do that.
2, they banned pens and pencils.
Oh, what?
Season 2, they start doing some insane setup where like they have some like beer cans set up or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I
was just about to ask if you've been watching these.
No.
Like, this is all you've been doing.
spent some time on the MTV Are You the One subreddit this morning.
As you will.
Quality work time, Max. Quality work
Yep.
time.
But yeah, like I went on Wikipedia just because I couldn't remember who switched from one week to the other. The fact they went from 3 to 1 gives them actually a lot lot of information.
It does.
It really
and
does.
I think they are not using it at all.
Oh God.
They're like, who was I last time? I
I don't remember.
And so the episode ends with another cliffhanger of going to the truth booth, and it's recovering player is headed to the truth booth
With
Oh, buddy.
with the same one he was matched up
Okay,
with the first
okay,
one.
okay.
But
Uche?
no, not Uche. She's with Predator.
Oh.
But Second Chance Queen is really excited because when they go in that truth booth and finds it's not a match, she's like, he'll come back to me. I'm so ready.
Oh man,
Oh
that's
my
great.
God.
Second chance queen, right?
Yeah.
She's the Second Chance Queen
Deandra.
for a reason.
I mean, if you want to break somebody up, send them to the truth booth.
But here's the thing. If we find out they are a perfect match, that means everyone else who thinks they're a perfect match is not.
That's true.
That
And-
means
and then,
that
and
they
then-
have to
and
get-
then they just have to flip the whole table over.
Yeah.
That's great.
So either way, it's great.
Awesome. Awesome.
Man.
But so, like, say you're on this show and you're like really digging with this girl, and you find out you're not a perfect match. Is you just like, well, this relationship is done. Like, I can never have a relationship with you ever because we're not a perfect match. Or you just say fuck it and just be with a girl the whole
I
time.
think that there's certainly people who have been in relationships out of this show who have not been perfect matches. I mean, I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume that's why I'm just like, do you just like you truth booth it and you're like, well, we're not a perfect couple, but maybe we can figure out what this, blackout business is. But
Yeah,
if you're not a fucking idiot, you and that other person, you can make out, go to the boom boom room or whatever, and in the meantime, you play the game.
Yeah.
Max,
but
you're
the
way
Boom
too
Boom
reasonable
Room
for
is
this
part
show.
of the game.
How many points do you get for each usage of the boom boom room?
5 points.
Maybe a little, four-way boom boom room,
Oh.
That's definitely gonna be on the show.
That's taking the politicking to another level.
All right. Well, I think that we can wrap it up there.
Wrapping it up. Okay.
You can find us on Twitter at whoputthison. You can find us on facebook.com/whoputthison. You can email us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. Please rate us on iTunes. It really helps. Thanks. See you guys next time.